What is it that makes some stories stick with us long after we finish them? Maybe it's their characters, their conflicts, or the worlds they create. But often it's the symbols, the objects, ideas, and moments that hold deeper meaning. Symbols can reveal truths about humanity, society, and even ourselves. One book that's rich in symbolism is Lord of the Flies by William Golding. On the surface, it's the story of a group of boys stranded on a deserted island, but dig a little deeper and it becomes a study of civilization, morality, and the darkness within us all. How does Golding use symbols like the conch shell, the beast, and the signal fire to convey these themes? Well, that's what we are uncovering today. Let's start with perhaps the most recognizable symbol in the book, the conch shell. Discovered early in the boy's adventure, the conch quickly becomes a tool for establishing order. Whoever holds it has the right to speak. It is a symbol of democracy and the rule of law. As Golding writes,
We can use this to call the others. Have a meeting. They'll come when they hear us.
on page 16. But what happens to the conch? Over time, its influence fades. When Piggy desperately clutches a conch during a confrontation, Ralph pleads,
I'll give the conch to the next person to speak. He can hold it when he's speaking.
on page 33. And then, in the climatic moment of destruction,
The rock struck Piggy a glancing blow from chin to knee. The conch exploded into 1,000 white fragments and ceased to exist.
page 181. The shattering of the conch marks the destruction of civilization and the descent into chaos. Isn't it interesting how something so fragile is tasked with holding society together? It's almost as if Golding is asking us, how fragile is our own society? Now let's talk about the beast. The beast is fascinating because it's not just one thing. At first, it's a snake like beastie seen by the little ones. Golding describes their fear.
He says the beastie came in the dark.
On page 36. Later, the beast is symbolized by the dead pilot, a haunting image of humanity's fallen nature.
There were eyes, teeth, claws that scraped.
This is description of the dead pilot given by Simon on page 100. Finally, Simon discovers the true nature of the beast. As he stares at the severed pig's head, the Lord of the Flies tells him,
Fancy thinking the beast was something you could hunt and kill. You knew, didn't you? I'm part of you.
on page 143. This moment crystallizes the idea that the beast is a projection of their inner darkness, their fears made flesh. Isn't it terrifying to think that the most dangerous monsters aren't outside us, but within us? Next, we have the signal fire. At first, it represents hope. That is, the boys' hope of rescue and of reconnecting with the civilized world. Ralph emphasizes its importance.
We must make a fire.
Page 38. But as the story progresses, the fire also becomes a symbol of destruction. Remember the uncontrollable blaze at the end of the book? Golding writes,
The flames, as though they were a kind of wildlife, crept as a jaguar creeps on its belly toward a line of birch-like saplings.
page 44. The same fire that warms can also burn. Golding seems to be saying that our tools can be double-edged. The same technology or progress that builds can also destroy. It's a powerful reminder to handle our aspirations with care. Now, Let's move on to the nominal symbol, the Lord of the Flies itself. The pig's head on a stick surrounded by flies is a gruesome and unforgettable image. It's a physical manifestation of the boy's descent into savagery. Jack says,
The head is for the beast. It's a gift.
on page 137, but the real horror lies in what it represents. When Simon confronts the head, he realizes it's not an external force that drives the boys to violence, but something within them. The Lord of the Flies whispers,
I'm the reason why it's no-go. Why things are the way they are.
on page 143. It's a chilling reminder that corruption and power can come from our own darker impulses. So, there you have it. The conch shell, the beast, the signifier, and the Lord of the Flies. 4 symbols that carry the weight of Lord of the Flies. Each one reveals a piece of Golding's central message about the fragility of civilization and the darkness within us all. Now it's your turn. What do you think these symbols say about our world today? Are there conch shells in your life? Fires that give you hope? Or beasts you're still wrestling with? Let me know your thoughts on these symbols and others you've discovered. Thank you for joining me on this literary journey. Don't forget to leave a review. Until next time, this is Gia Gandhi reminding you to keep reading between the lines.